Alright, you guys are unmuted, so probably don't give any more trade secrets. And
Good evening.
Yeah, starting with Dungeon Master, let me check your levels and say hi to everybody.
Good evening. I am Talquizar, your Dungeon Master for this evening.
Alright, Sai?
Yes, Marcel the Hammer, Dwarf Brawler.
Justin? Stariff?
Did you say something, Zeffy? Because we didn't hear you.
Yeah, she cut out.
Oh, weird. Okay. How about now?
There we go.
Now?
Okay.
Good.
I accidentally angled my mic the wrong way and it's got dampening so it doesn't hear outside noises.
Ah, you were an outside noise for a second.
I was an outside noise for a second. Alright, Justin, go ahead.
My name's Stariff, and I play a halfling rogue.
And Iris.
Eyre, can't speak today. And Iyla, playing Iyla, a human invoker. Specializing in fire. Yes, it's necessary to add that.
I am playing Eyre, a water fae foundling.
When we last left our motley crew, they had wandered and found themselves the lair of some lizard folk and their brood pit. They had fought off the warriors and rogues that were defending, but the wizard got away. The brood then proceeded to keep them at bay, though Marcelo managed to loot the hidden treasure trove, gaining himself some golds and coppers worth of stuff, and 2 items of note.
You know, I felt okay about that character, about that wizard getting away until the GM re-emphasized it in the summary. Now I feel less okay about it.
Specifically brought that back up.
I'm not saying races with very high breeding numbers lead to higher mages for sacrifice, but he may have already gotten away.
For now.
Oh, yes, that was the thing I was going to say, Pocket Cow. Thank you. We have character cards cycling. I haven't gotten the program to work for me to be able to call up the specific one whose action it is in battle, but I'm thinking by next week I'll have that fixed. It just is just switching too fast, so I just have to fix that. So for now it'll just cycle.
For as long as you pointed it out.
Yeah, I think it's about 10 seconds, 15 seconds per card. I can speed it up or slow it down as interesting. I want it to be there long enough to read.
Still Stariff. Definitely longer than 10 seconds.
Well, I can always change it. See, there I am.
Alright, so you guys had decided to camp on your way back to the road.
Was it a long rest?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was a long rest. Yeah, that's the whole reason we were doing the long rest was all our magic users needed to.
I couldn't use any more spells because I can't. So I needed that.
Did we have a plan of where we were headed next?
No,
Well,
we're
now
gonna figure
that we
that
know
out.
that the sacrifice was sacrificed by the lizard folk, I would suggest
We have to go back to her elder, don't we?
we
have
have
to
to
show
Yeah,
her
we
go
back.
got-
back,
Gave
yeah.
me the
Yeah, we got the
paper
um.
and quill. It's a two-way note paper, so whatever I write on it immediately.
And we got the
'Cause they're
We
gonna
got
have
the
to
proof,
collect
right?
another sacrifice.
Okay, we
So-
got the proof, but I don't know how we can send that in a letter. I guess
Well,
just let him know.
Let him know we have the proof
That we
he
have
wants
it,
to come
yeah.
Back. What does he want us to do, basically?
Okay,
I
get
don't
into
know.
character.
I mean,
I need more.
tracked down the whereabouts of the lost wizard. Found he was waylaid by bandits. Found proof of death. Where do we proceed?
Yeah.
So I will take out that paper and quill and dictate that message.
All right.
Simple use, so that uses. Yep. Once we get a reply.
The reply is, wait a couple moments.
One moment, please. Little thing comes up on the note paper.
Little loady symbol.
The smell of ozone becomes very eminent, and a little ways off, you start seeing sparks and light. And then in a large spark, flash, and a bit of thunder, there is one of the automaton scribes.
Oh, from the school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will politely address them and
It appears this terrain is unsuitable for my movement. Please approach.
forward.
Take a large step forward.
It reveals the crystal ball, which again starts to swirl, and suddenly you can see again the High Mage. So he was captured and murdered.
By lizard folk, yes, sir.
Interesting. That is most unfortunate. It will take a while for the council to decide the next sacrifice. Please provide the scribe with the dagger. The scribe will hold out its other hand.
We'll hand it over.
Give it to her.
Okay, it will take it. And it will tuck it into a bag. It will be a few days. We will need you to be ready when the next sacrifice begins his path. We'll try and choose one in this area, though it'll be difficult to find one who meets the necessary qualifications. Is there a residence or bar in which I can send this guy when it's ready?
Skeet's
Speak.
Bar in
Yeah.
the.
I was gonna say Speak would be the best place. That's where we're gonna be headed.
I don't remember what the name of the bar is, though.
I am aware of who that goblin is.
I'm sorry, that sounded like he was not impressed. Sorry.
I don't care if
Make
he's
sure
impressed at all.
someone there knows how to contact you, and wait for their instructions.
Respect.
Please stand back, as teleportation is violent.
I will back up very quickly.
Show off.
Sparks will start to appear around him, and in the same kind of flash and thunder as before, he is gone. The smell of ozone lingering in the still air.
Iyla?
Okay.
Iyla?
What are we? Half a day's travel from our town.
I think it was more than that, wasn't it? We were more than a half day when we got saw the ambushers the first time.
Iyla?
Okay.
Am I not being
So a day's
picked up
travel?
on? Am I not being picked up on Discord here?
You were a moment ago. Or you were now, but not a moment when you started talking.
Weird. Iyla?
Yep.
Is there a specific part of the ritual that making the walk is important to?
Not that I know of. The biggest part of it is having the wizard have the right qualifications, which out here, of course, is a lot harder considering the wizards and everything are usually farther in the ring. So the walk
No,
is
I
just
understand
part of it,
that. I
how far
just,
away they are.
I guess I just would have thought that the folks at the Magic Academy would spring for teleportation with this guy so he would get there in one piece.
That
You
may be
would
something
think.
they put into play after this. But it may take a lot of finagling to get that into place. I don't know much about the teleportation spell, so I don't know if there are specific.
Well, you have to be pretty
Mostly a
powerful
part
to
of a
manage
ritual,
it, but
like pilgrimage.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Not a lot is known about the specifics, at least to people who it doesn't apply to.
right. Well, I'm sure they have their reasons.
So maybe after this, we'll start sending an escort or two with them
Right.
if teleportation isn't an option.
Well, I suppose we should continue heading back to our
Okay.
village.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'd like to check on the turtle farmers.
Very important to the local economy, them turtle farmers.
Hey, you know what? We protected them twice now, so
You did.
they hold a special place right around my colon. But yeah, I mean, this is next morning or
Yeah. Yep.
on the road, I guess. It was about a day's travel or 2 days.
About a day from where we are now, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, so take a few hours to get back to the road. And
So
you
we're
guys
back
start
where
heading
the
back.
original ambush took place?
Yep.
Do I notice anything? Like, has somebody come back to the trail since we were here last?
There are a few men investigating a dead lizard body.
Is Marple.
You said there's a
And
few men. What?
huh, that's interesting. Or
Investigating a dead lizard body.
Are they bandits or are they like
Yeah,
road
they
patrol?
like, oh, well, look at this. Or
They're in full plate armor,
uh-oh.
With their guards.
emblazoned with the king's emblem.
Okay.
King's Guard.
Well, out here, this is rare to see them. Like, very rare.
Very rare.
We're about to get questioned.
Well, well. What do we have here? Members of the King's Own Guard. What can we do for you out here?
The one looks up. He is a scruffy looking thin man. Well, we were sent here to investigate something on behalf of a tavern keep around here when we came across this body near the road.
Okay. How's your
Would that tavern
investigation
keeper would that tavern keeper be Skeet by any chance?
You mean speed?
Yeah,
You said speed.
that's what I meant.
Well, yes, it is.
How's your investigation going so far?
Well, it hasn't really started.
Well, it's done.
How so?
That Jamoke right there was part of a larger group that were hidden half a day's ride into the woods. We just cleared them out. Except for the children, which we let live. So,
You're not going to mention the wizard that got away?
why would he?
Okay.
We cleared him out. He left. As far as I'm concerned, he's not lying.
Okay.
Not.
We will put this one up to bandits then.
That's what they were. Was there a
Must
bounty?
be a rival gang.
Was there a bounty we could perhaps collect?
The one guy talks to the other guy. He was writing something, and he just kind of crumples it up and tosses it into the woods.
Uh-huh.
Then he pulls open his satchel, which you can see is full of small, thin scrolls.
And that, folks, is why I have a wisdom of 18.
Roll me a d6.
A D6. 4.
Well, not this guy, but there is a reward out for this big brute. And he holds out a picture with a wanted note on the big bruiser that grabbed you.
I
in the
squared
head.
off, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
if you have any proof of his death, that would get you 45 gold.
Wasn't he eaten?
I was just about to say, I think everything in there got eaten. There might
What
not
kind of
be
proof do you
one.
need?
Oh, his head, reasonable portion of his body,
Well,
something that proves that it was him.
I can honestly say you're probably not going to find much left of him. Because as I said, we left the brood alive. And the brood, they don't care for what they're eating. Whether it's their own kind or not. And the last I saw, there was a dozen of little bash of snack on him. So there may not be much left except for an oversized skeleton. If that'll do.
An oversized what?
Skeleton. Unless they eat the bones too.
Well, do you have it?
The skeleton?
That's how these bounties work. You produce proofs of death, we pay.
Do we have any
I
personal
mean, we could get
possessions?
it. It's not that far.
Do we have any personal possessions? Did we take his armor and shit?
Whereas I know you guys didn't loot him.
Okay.
You only looted the.
Yeah, we couldn't get near him. The brood was all
Yeah, they
over
were
him.
kind of munching them.
We kept our distance.
How long will you be in the area?
Well, we have to make our way to Speed's Tavern and investigate this original summoning.
So the
I mean, we're
original
heading there
summoning-
next.
So the original summoning, we got in touch with the High Wizards. The sacrifice that was supposed to come out was accosted by these particular lizard folk and killed a year ago. Which is why we went after them. We had found that 2 lizard folk came in to one of the local apothecaries with burns. Burns that would be caused by a wizard. So we tracked them down into the woods and found where they were held up, and if
Found
you
one
want,
of his
we get
belongings.
speech with the body, whatever's left of it, or the head,
Sounds
or an
good.
oversized hand. I don't care. Whatever it's gonna take.
The one knight is pale. Something set off something in him that he is not feeling well anymore.
Can I
Um,
make a...
Yeah, in 5th edition it would be like insight, but this would be like sense motive or perception. Maybe?
Yeah, sense motive is the insight equivalent. Can I make an insight as well? Excuse me, a
Yep.
sense motive?
Again, it's his brother, but that's just me. I got a 16 plus.
Hold on, I gotta not roll in. I gotta replace the felt in this because it's all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So when I
unnatural 20.
so when I roll, sometimes it just gets stuck in a halfway on a pill. So, hold on.
well, the 20 does it.
All right.
When you said that the
Also a dirty 20.
sacrifice- Okay. When you said that the sacrifice got accosted, he went pale. He knew what that meant right away.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But these other guys haven't really put 2 and 2 together yet?
They have not.
Okay.
Captain, I realize that I have some paperwork that definitely needs to get done. The king is relying on the statistics that I was doing, and I must return to get this done. You are most of the way there. I just need to take care of this. The captain looks at him confused, but nods. And you've never seen a man in full plate run so fast.
Captain, I believe they are family members. If not close in some way.
I'm just watching him run. Either that or he didn't want to fight the gooey things coming over the walls.
Probably that too.
Anyway, I shouldn't keep you. We will. See
He has
you
no
again
response
at
to that?
Streets,
Okay.
And
Not bright,
Have a
this
good evening.
captain.
He's a captain.
All right.
He's not a bright one.
Well, I guess... Are we going back for a skeleton then?
Yep.
I can go back
Mr.
if you guys want to go on to town.
No, I would...
It's probably safer if we travel together at this point.
I mean, don't split the group?
You're used to people splitting the group, aren't you?
No. Actually, most of my groups would not split the group,
Sometimes even when you should.
even when you should.
Alright. well, let's be on our way.
Yeah, let's make
Try
the
to
best
make
time
haste
we can while
about
it's
it.
still daylight. Yeah.
All right, you guys hustle your way back to the hut.
Sorry. That was really hot. Jeez. This wing, that wing just lit me up. I'm like, oh my god.
That wing had all the flavor
Yeah, oh yeah.
in one wing.
Hey, Kari, remember the chili contest?
Simpsons?
Don't worry about it. It was. No,
We went to a place called Rafters, and Rafters usually employs all the local college girls. So, of course, they're gonna hire. Basically, yes, but I mean, it was like almost like a dive bar that did wings, and we were there. There was like 4 of us, and one of my buddies, who's just kind of a pain in the ass and more smart ass than anything else, and gets himself in trouble. Goes, I want wings hotter than you are. And this girl, she was like a 9 at least. You know, she was really, really good looking. He goes, I want wings hotter than you are. She brought out these wings that were black with seasoning, dude. Like, black.
Uh-oh.
We're sweating through our hats, dude. Like, you could see that. Like, the brim of our hat was just, like, soaked with sweat. They were so goddamn hot. They were bringing out bread. They were bringing out milk. He was a fool.
My mom is similar. She helps run a youth group sometimes, and the teens were at some place with wings, and they decided to have like a hot wings contest between like the teen boys did, and they were like, "Oh, any of you grown-ups want to?" And my mom was the only one that was interested at all, and I think she was also yeah, she was definitely the only adult who participated in this hot wings contest with the teens. And she held her own. She handles them quite well.
I would not.
Same. I like spice, but if
I like
any of
taste,
it
not heat.
if it so much as touches my skin or my lips, my Tal and Iris can attest to this because we're roommates. I have to be so careful. If it so much as touches my lips or my skin, it's like someone poured acid on me. Like I just get these like
Legions.
cracks and blisters and lesions for like days. So I'm like, you know what? Not worth it.
I like
You
hot.
say that, but then the odd time you still do it.
I do sometimes, yeah.
I like
I'm
hot,
just like,
but I like flavor more.
That's what I'm saying. I like the flavor versus the actual heat.
Speaking of flavor,
Uh-huh.
how are you guys dealing with the brood?
We never said we went
Oh,
in the
there's-
hut yet.
If you want to get the corpse, it's in the hut.
well, let's look in and see if they've gone back to sleep since they've finished their...
I'm gonna
They
creep
had a
up as
day to
close-
feed, so
I'm gonna creep
Yeah.
up as close as I can to see if I can look through the door.
I'm gonna stay back.
What door?
I'm
Well, I
not
guess
gonna
the
go
door's
back.
gone.
I
that's
took the
right,
door.
we're
Yeah, I
both-
took the door off. Yeah.
Natural 17. So 17 plus.
I'm gonna stay back. I caused enough trouble with that brood.
Alright, so 26.
Kind of figured they weren't going to beat you with the 12, but, you know, had to see. Alright, so they are unaware of you. They are clearly finishing off some of the other lizard folk that they hadn't gotten to yet.
I mean, do I notice anything left of the brute?
Oh yeah, his skeleton's there, his armor's there, his weapon's there. Funny enough, he never drew his weapon.
I'm gonna turn to the hammer and I'm gonna give him a thumbs up and a nod, letting him know that the body is still there.
Is there anything left of the head?
The whole skeleton is there.
Well, I get an 18 plus 4, so 22 for stealth.
Okay.
If they're too busy munching on another body,
They are indeed.
Then I will.
18 plus 13. I got a 31 for stealth.
Okay.
So let's go in
Sure.
and grab what we can.
I mean, you can grab his weapon if you want. It's probably bigger than you are.
I'm just helping you carry what we have to get out of there.
I'm just going to walk in, grab the skull, and snap it off and take it with me.
Okay. I'll come with you.
Not a whole lot holding it on there. You pick it up and it kind of comes loose.
Little sinew here and there, but okay.
Do we see anything of interest around his body before leaving?
His armor, his weapons.
Take his armor as weapon too. Okay. I'll just grab whatever strap I can find of his armor and just drag the entire body outside.
Probably be easier for me to grab the skull and you to grab the armor.
Probably.
So what?
Hello. Okay then.
Someone realized that we're not where they wanted to be.
Well,
It's
didn't
my-
seem to mess anything up.
It's my sister's, or excuse me, not my sister's, my niece's Discord server. So she has friends log in every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Never
We can
popped in
also
until
switch.
now.
We can also just switch to mine if it starts becoming a thing. If there's just becoming more and more people here.
I mean, we're gonna
well-
switch to Skype, so
Yeah.
it'll all get sorted out that way.
That's true.
All right, so you grab what remains of his armor and pull. You manage to retrieve a bit of his upper torso that way, but the rest of it just falls
Okay.
off, left behind.
I've got his head.
I know. I'm not really skilled in it at all, but I've got a 14 appraise. Does his weapon look like it's something of quality or
Give me a roll.
14 appraise?
Yeah, it was his roll.
Oh, okay, you're
Yeah.
just taking that. Okay. So it actually is. It seems like he picked that one specifically for himself. It's a bit larger, but it is, in all regards, a rather large bastard sword with a +1.
Ooh.
I will take that. I will make another trip in and take it.
Oh, it's attached to the torso that you took out.
Okay then.
Because he never drew his weapon. It's still around his waist.
Yeah, he never drew it. It was attached to his back.
Then I will take whatever sash it's used to hold on to him and attach it to mine.
Yep. You have his weapon, his skull, and if you want to take the
Some of
torso
his armor.
along, but some
Well,
blood
I'll lift it
soaked-
up and shake the body out of the armor.
All right. You have a bloody and slightly gnawed breastplate. Some shoulder pauldrons. And a double, kind of a hinge jointed, so that his spine spikes could stick out, backplate.
Okay.
Wow.
So
That brood sure works fast.
am I calling that a large weapon or is it still medium?
It is a large weapon.
Okay. Let me just put that on my character sheet. That's a bastard sword, you said, right?
Yep.
Or broadsword.
No, he said bastard.
Yeah, bastard sword. A hand and a half, basically.
Yeah.
Or I guess it would be a medium greatsword.
Oh,
I guess those two things kind of line up. Just kind of goes up one weight class.
I found bastard. Sweet. Okay. am not proficient with that.
Still sell it.
Oh yeah, no, it's a +1 weapon. We can sell it for a decent amount of coin to get anybody else armor or whatever else they need.
Wow. That's well, that's pretty gross, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Just a little bit. Is there water nearby?
There is. There's
Okay.
a river.
So I'm going to step down to the river and just basically run the armor through the water a few times. I know it may cause it to rust or something like that, but rinse most of the heavy goo off of it. I'll take the head from Stariff, put it between the chest plate and the back plate, and then use the straps to tie the whole thing into one big unit. So it's all just like a suitcase, basically. Yes, I made a lizard man into I totally made a lizard man into a suitcase. I get it.
Hobo bindle?
Yeah, it's a hobo bindle.
Big old stick.
You're not a druid. You're an oracle. It's different.
I'm not an oracle. I'm a
No.
invoker.
She's an oracle.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just a look. You sit there and do autopsies at your house, but we're doing this and you're like cringing from it.
Well, I mean, it probably made this.
I've still-
Okay.
Less
First
than
of all-
it should.
First of all, if I was a druid, this would probably bother me less. Circle of life and all that. I do my best to... I mean, I'm friends with the natural world. It is my favorite place to be and everything. But... man... I was raised by an orc. Well, a half-orc. And even I've never seen any of my little cousins try and eat one of their parents if they fell.
And then you see the aftermath.
That's what's bothering me about this, you know? The lack of family unity. I mean, my half-orc family,
It is a
lot of people
form
can-
of unity because they're kind of joining into one. But hey,
look, a lot of people consider my half-orc family to be barbarous. But man, we've never had something like this happen at a family reunion.
You've never been to the banana party then?
And she just.
I'm glad you guys got that one. I'm so glad you guys got what I meant.
Oh, boy.
Conversation.
Yeah, we're having this whole conversation while I'm picking the guts and shit off of the fucking set of armor and strapping a head between the chest plate and breastplate, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like it, you can look away. But they're going to do what they're going to do.
No, I know.
They're still feeding on the
I'm
other
sorry,
cousins.
Cyclops, but your phone going off in that exact second. Right as you're talking about cleaning, it cuts off and it goes.
It's
"I'm
so fluffy, I'm going to die.
It was just bad. Sorry. Oh, that was bad.
Well, I sit beside Marcel actually. Marcelo while he's washing it. But the other side, so I'm upriver from all the gunk.
The smell.
Well, no, again, like he said, I deal with this kind of smell and stuff all the time. It's just the family thing that's really getting to me. But I'll sit with my
There's not
feet.
that much smell.
Yeah, but either way, I sit with my feet in the water, upriver from where all the gunk is washing down. Just because the water makes me feel better. It's comfort.
Soothing. Helga, take me away. Okay, so he's got his suitcase.
Yep.
Jeez,
Yeah, I'll
if there's
start
any
on my way
stealing,
back.
I need a pair of boots.
Oh,
I mean,
that
Or
was
there's
good.
little ones in there. I mean, go little ones to boot.
No.
Ah.
Each little one's a finger on a glove.
I'd only need 4 of them.
Steph.
Man, my Steam popped up that one of my friends is playing Baldur's Gate, and for a split second I thought it was my partner's name, and I was like, that bastard is down there playing our game without me. It wasn't him though.
Also,
It was a
what?
different
There's
friend.
nothing on it.
No, I haven't sent it yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
Okay. I'm
My
splashing in the water beside you.
my niece,
Mhm.
at the same time that Despicable Me came out, she was taking ballerina classes.
Oh,
So, you remember the 3 girls from?
Yep.
Yeah. You remember Agnes, the littlest one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a picture
Uh-oh.
of my niece,
Oh, jeez.
and you will see why my phone says it's so fluffy. I'm gonna die.
Oh, I could believe that.
I loved the first Despicable Me movie.
it was good.
Like many things, it probably had a few too many sequels.
Yeah, I didn't think the sequels were great, but the first one was great.
Oh, goodness. Jesus Christ.
Am I not, is that not Agnes?
Jesus. Identical. Just real life.
Uh-huh. So every time my phone goes off, even now when she's like 12, she giggles.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I have it, because I love my niece to death.
Okay, so we've got the suitcase. We're on the road. We're headed back home.
On the road again.
All right. You guys make it back to town.
Unaccosted.
I'm guessing it's getting pretty late by this point.
It is getting later in the day.
My character's
my
gonna
God.
follow them into wherever they're going. I need to pee. No, I can't.
Well, I guess we can
been
check
a
in
body
with
double.
we'll check in with we'll check in at the bar, and then we'll head back to my place, I suppose. Hey, do y'all live near here?
I live close by. I have a place of my own.
Is there somebody that you should, check in on? Tell them you're okay? You've been at my place for a while and then we left, so someone might be worrying about you.
Do you have knowledge local?
Me?
Yes.
No. I have int, though. Oh, it's not. It's trained only. Never mind.
It's up to Kari. I mean, she could probably even know about it. He's read my background, so it's up to Kari if you want her to roll on it or not.
Yeah,
I
roll
would-
intelligence anyway.
What's that?
Just because we live in the same town?
Yeah.
Alright. Wow. 16.
Okay, so yeah. There was an event a few years ago in which him and his father got into a fight with some bandits, and his father ended up getting killed.
Okay.
And I murdered all of them in the street.
Subsequently, murdered them all.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, that doesn't preclude you having a mother or a sibling or a girlfriend or, so it's still a perfectly reasonable question.
No, it is. It really is. No. Let's just
All
forget
right.
I don't check the mother.
How about you, Stariff? Someone might be missing you? That you need to go let them know you're alright?
No, I'm good.
Alright then. Well, we'll head into the bar. Spee, I know you're probably wrapping up pretty soon.
So at the bar, there are those knights again.
Oh, just the
We got a
gentleman we
piece
wanted
of
to see.
luggage for you.
Ah. You caught up rather quickly.
Well, we just needed to double back for that proof you were looking for.
And do you have it?
I'll offer the suitcase and skull.
I'm going to order a beer.
Gets you a beer. He takes a look, pulls it open, looks at the skull, looks at the picture, kind of points a few things. And,
Does the picture have the sword?
it does, actually.
You can show
So,
the sword.
do I see the picture?
Yeah, he's holding it kind of right next to the skull there.
And I'll just kind of like reach behind my head. And this was strapped to his side.
Hey, where are all my dang pencils gone to?
He nods and he
Really aren't large for me.
he pulls out a quill that doesn't seem to have any ink on it, but he scratches through the picture, basically X's the guy out. It appears in a red line shortly afterwards, and then the whole thing kind of curls in on itself and becomes a little sack of gold,
Cool.
Very cool.
which he probably hands to you.
And how much is that?
45 gold pieces.
45 gold pieces.
45?
45.
Yep.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, 45 doesn't split easily 4 ways.
That's okay.
So, I will
We'll
give
work on
everybody
it
11
after.
gold,
Yeah,
and I will take 12.
I mean, you went back in to
It's
get
fair.
it. You're the one that, you know.
Will you give
did it.
everybody 10 and buy a round?
No. Nope. Mm-mm.
Spee, after these
Yeah,
gentlemen
11
are
gold, you
done
say?
speaking with you,
They're here for you.
right. Well, I guess Marcelo and Iyla are the best people to speak to these gentlemen.
Marcelo has the
Wings!
hiccups from food.
Win.
Sit there,
Guys,
hiccups,
Hey, look
can't
at
help
that! Wings.
Guys, wings appeared.
it. Hey!
Cyclops.
I
had wings,
I
and
maybe whined to my partner that I needed wings.
I mean, I did the same thing.
I'm like,
You see me eat your wings, and you got wings. Nice.
Yes. What the It's not gonna work.
We're at the shop.
He brought me a piece of Kleenex for a napkin.
So the High Wizard told us to sit tight for the moment until they evaluate who they want to send out here next.
Oh, okay. Didn't you guys have the deer you want to show him?
Yes, sir. We can bring you
Yes.
back to my place and show it to you.
Sorry, what?
The deer that we
You weren't there
You
for
took
that,
out-
so
you
you don't.
weren't
Yeah,
there,
I was
you
so-
gonna
could.
say, I'm like,
Yeah.
did I hear wrong? I was on mute.
S-
I just look quizzically and go,
the High Wizard, was he an Archmage?
Yep.
The Archmage will be sending someone to talk to us and wanted to know a local tavern or meeting place of that was near to all where we lived that he could leave a message with. So we are expecting someone to stop by and be asking for us. You can give him directions to my place.
Which
Wait,
is
Which high mage?
The high mage.
The Archmage of the college in whatever that town's name is, because I don't know it personally, but my character probably does.
Well, that'd be really important if you got him to come near here.
Well, I don't know that really important is what I would say, but certainly what's happening is.
I'll let him know.
Thank you kindly, speak. Right this way, gentlemen. I'll show you what we have found so far.
I'm gonna be a couple minutes behind when if they're gonna take off, and I'm gonna give Speed the lowdown of what we found so far. That the dome that protects the 10 realms is starting to fail. The wizard they sent out a year ago was murdered, so it wasn't updated to hold the protection true. The turtle farmers or wherever they were out in the woods, there's a they were somehow able to tunnel under the wall in the water. So just so you know what's going on, you have a business to protect and everything else. So I'll give them like the 3-minute rundown of everything going on.
Yep.
Alright, I don't describe what's happening on the way there because we want to try and keep it on the download as best as we can so we don't cause a big panic.
I just stay silent because I'm not in a place I know. They're comfortable, so I let them take the high road.
And then once we get to my place, I'll bring them into the side there, the clinic. I'll unlock it.
Okay. They will follow you inside.
Right. So, unfortunately, there's not as much to show you on this deer as we initially hoped. But I will show you what I have recorded and what evidence does still remain. And I say that as I'm walking towards one of my desks, and I will grab a face cloth and some gloves, and I will hand it to or face covering, not like a face cloth, and some gloves, and I will hand it to like their leader, to the captain.
Okay, you will put them on. The one man who's clearly a scribe has a scroll out and a quill.
And I will offer him as well. If
He'll
he's
take
gonna
the
want
mask, but not
peering
the
close.
gloves.
Alright. So I go over to the dead deer that's starting to rot away at this point. And I use my implements and I'll open it up. And I'll show them the damage, the internal damage where the bones squash out of joint and like have burst through. I'll describe like the internal damage near the skull, and I'll show like the cracks where they bust through. I will take the femur that I've got opened up and show him inside the bone where it's all hollowed out, and I will describe what I learned about that all these bones are hollow, that they that it seemed that this stuff has tunneled, and I will show them my small jar that I still have.
It is vibrating. You pick it up, and the stuff inside is turbulent.
Okay. Well, I'll hold on tight and try and keep an eye on it. I'm gonna keep describing, but I won't, and I'll not put it away so I can't see it at any point. I'll keep being able to look at it then.
If you put it down, it is moving across the table.
Hold on, it's never done this before. I pick it back up. Where was it heading to? Towards the deer?
Yep.
Turning to the scene of the crime.
Marcelo, are you with us by this point?
I would have only been a couple minutes behind, so yeah, your first explanation I would have caught up.
Here, maybe, could you hold this and stand back away from this deer? It seems to be reacting to it. I'll have to write down these further findings.
I don't want a metagame, but yes, I will. I have an idea of what's going on, but I can't say anything, so...
Yeah. Alright,
Actually,
so I have...
let me do this. No, I wouldn't know. It's knowledge religion. I wouldn't know it. Never mind. I have a feeling, out of character, paladins have an aura of good.
Yeah.
So it's probably losing its shit within the aura of good. And the first thing it can do is get something to escape.
Yeah, try and get back in. So that's why I passed it. Basically, I'm going to experiment with that later.
I'll move away from the paladin and from the table and that area.
And I will describe in detail the deer, how it looked when we first found it, the reaction of the goo, where we found the hole, where we saw it coming in, its behavior in general. Basically, as much as I could remember, I am relaying to him, and I am showing him on the carcass the damage and my observations, my medical observations.
Okay. You are getting through your explanation when suddenly you hear from the room the sound of a very loud, deep horn.
A horn.
Horn. Yeah.
Okay.
From the room?
Inside the room.
I look around for what blew it inside the room.
Roll a perception. Marcelo, you don't need to roll.
Oh. Okay.
19 plus 7. 26?
It is coming from Marcelo's backpack.
Okay.
Marcelo, you feel something resonating inside you.
I'll pull my
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
An ancient power.
Okay.
Like it's been stirred and rallied. While a horn is blazing right behind you.
Okay.
What in the nine
What?
hells is going on in here?
I'll take my backpack off and like rummage through it. I know I picked up some shit, but
The decorative piece that both leather straps join to is a decorative steel cone. The sound is resonating from that.
do I recognize what it is?
It was something your father had a long time ago, but you thought it was just ornamental.
Okay. What knowledge would I need to know what it is?
Local history.
I got local. I have dungeoneering. Local is a 17 plus 5 is 22.
It is one of the many dwarven ancestral horns
Oh. Okay.
that, when one is blown, they all sound.
Okay.
And they give the dwarf a dwarven ancestral stand ability, which you have
Okay.
seen turn many dwarves into stone soldiers.
So is this thing going to turn me to stone?
If you
Or
will
am I
it.
going to get stoned?
If you will it. If you smoke it.
Now, do I know if it's a willing change to go into the stone and then transform out of it?
It is a willing change,
Yeah.
unless you are on the brink of death.
Okay. And it's like an automatic change at that point? You're not.
In which it'll automatically resurrect you into a stone soldier to heroically live out your last battle. And
Huh?
then forever guard the caves of the dwarves as a
Stone soldier.
stone soldier.
Okay.
It is a last ditch heroic hurrah.
Okay. Now, is this a custom item or is it something I can add to my character?
It's something for your character.
What do I call it?
The ancestral dwarven horn.
Okay.
The scribe gives a look.
Marcelo, is everything all right?
If that is what I think it is, no. Something is very much wrong.
What's going on here?
This is a horn of my people. And if one sounds, they all sound as a warning. Something's coming.
Something's here.
Now, given that most of those haven't left the Dwarven kingdoms, it is quite likely that the south is in a great deal of trouble.
We're in the south, aren't we?
You are in the west.
Oh,
We're in the
okay.
west.
The Dwarven mountains are in the south.
Well, what should we do about it?
Out of character, do I feel obligated to travel south? I mean,
Nope.
am I like, no?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't know if like,
It is not some sort of mystical calling. It is not some sort of summoning. It is strictly a war horn that basically the dwarves will use in a dire situation.
Okay.
So unless you have a great deal of attachment to your culture, there's no real need to run home.
Kind of grew
What?
up here. I mean, okay. The dwarves have only used this if the situation was dire. So I have a feeling that the shield we've been investigating has failed significantly to the south. When one horn sounds, they all sound. So if someone sounded their horn, it's dire. Is there a way that I can silence it so it's not still continually going off?
Oh, it went off 3 times and stopped. But it was
Is that-
3 like long moaning. Yeah.
Now, is that like normal what it does, or
It's clearly somebody giving a warning.
okay? I will attach that to my hip.
You're getting decked out like a Christmas tree.
No.
What should we?
The king should know about this.
I don't have any more of those. Keep going close either. It was a simple use.
No,
Well,
but
the
if the knight
Archmage
here,
is going to be on the way.
That's true.
if the knight here or the captain has any other men to spare, one should ride, and one should ride fast.
He will agree, and we'll look at the third man, and he will kind of go like reluctantly, but he will quickly leave the room, and you'll hear him exit the building.
Exit stage left.
I suppose we still have to wait for the Archmage to show up.
Yes.
Will let us know what we're...
Suddenly, you hear bang,
Now.
and then another bang.
Fireworks.
Like explosives or like
Fireworks or flares.
something
Fireworks.
hitting something?
Fireworks. And then shortly after, you do hear a cattle bell being relentlessly rang.
Now, is that like a call to arms?
It's a rally call of some sort. And then you basically hear what effectively sounds like an entire night of fireworks being set off simultaneously.
I am running.
Well, yeah, I
I am
grabbed
running the speeds.
my thing that I picked up, or that I put down to start my demonstration and run out. I'm still wearing like my mask and gloves. I don't stop and take them off.
The streets are crowded with a bunch of people kind of scrambling to try and find out what's going on. On top of one of the little canopies is that bard goblin, and he is ringing a cattle bell. Flee! Run! Go to the gates!
By the Nine Hills, I'm pushing through the crowd trying to
Sounds
get to
like-
where the problem is.
That sounds like the Eyre mayor fell.
Actually, as soon as I'll turn around, and presumably my mom has left the house, and she's old for a half orc. She's getting up there, so but she almost certainly still grabbed a weapon. She's a half orc. So I'm like, Mama, you help gather folk up to the gate. And she
Away from
just
the
like
water.
gives like a low grunt and starts like with her big thing and starts like helping hurting people.
Based on the timing, I think. I just kind of muttering myself that based on the timing, I kind of think it wasn't just the barrier in the south that fell. I think they all fell at the same time at this point.
So
Yeah, as we're
did,
pushing through.
did
No,
Speed's
I'm-
Bar have
Alright.
access to the lake?
Yeah.
Speed Bar was right on the lake.
So I'm going to go to Speed's Bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Him and Slarg are gathering up everything, throwing it into a cart, which is being pulled by 5 of the nastiest looking rats you'd ever seen. Basically, they're the size of dogs, but they're definitely still rats. And they're throwing everything in there. And weirdly enough, you see Slarg dumping a beer barrel out and then filling it with water.
Which way, Speed?
On the ground?
Yep.
You're just gonna go land or
Zephyr, your mic cut out again.
I just shouted "which way" at them as I like run up. I got my bow drawn.
What are you doing here? Go!
Not this time, Speed. We're here to protect you. Clear
We're
out.
leaving!
Yeah.
Yeah, we're making sure you get out.
I'm looking around for the problem. For like the direction of
they're
the
loading up
the big
barrels of water onto the carts.
Yeah.
And then Slarg will go and grab a rather large chest, and he'll put that on there.
What's with the water?
That is going to be way more valuable than alcohol in the next 4 days.
Oh,
I'm looking around for like the sounds of battle, the sounds of something eating, the sounds of something attacking. I'm looking for the bad thing. I'm ignoring Speed at this point.
Okay.
He can do him.
Actually, I'm going to look out over the water because these things came through the water. I'm looking for any breaks in the water, any kind of like movement, like what's it called?
Ripples in the water?
Yeah, movement ripples.
Okay.
That's a 25.
No ripples.
I got a 16, just out on the street looking in the direction of the wall in the forest, looking for like where people know this problem. Like clearly someone saw it to ring the alarm.
So
Could you roll a intelligence roll?
Intelligence?
I'm going to yell out to her from inside Speed's bar, ask the bard where they're coming from.
He's
There
on a
you go.
roof. Well, I know, but like, can I get to him?
He's standing on the middle of the well in the middle of town.
Okay. Well, I'll keep pushing towards that then.
Little
Already had it.
party head off.
I'll keep pushing towards that then.
Okay. The crowd
still
has
wanna
started
roll
to
for
thin
me?
because they are following his instructions. They are all...
What's his name again?
They're-
Do I know?
You don't. You never asked.
Which way they come? Which way?
The swamp! The swamp!
So, and I'll shout behind me towards you guys, this way! And I'll take
Don't
off towards
go!
the swamp.
Leave!
We'll hold them off. Yeah.
I don't know if we will.
Wishful thinking.
Oh, for...
Rather be drinking.
There are too many, but they're slow!
Wizard, we're going to need your fire.
We're gonna have to try and pull back to the next wall. We can't take them all on.
We don't know how many there are yet. There might be 10, there might be 1,000. We don't know because we
But
haven't
all
seen
we
them
need
yet.
to do is slow them down even further.
But we couldn't take on more than one! And there's more than that!
Pete, do you have any alcohol here that'll burn?
Oh, the vast majority of it.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm going to have to take some of it.
It's not worth it to me now.
So I'm going to take like a crate of like a dozen bottles of whatever will burn the best. If he says, okay, those bottles will burn, those are like vodka, whatever it's going to be, I'll take a crate of those. We have a wall around this city, I would assume.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's no wall around the city. It's just open.
He was against the wall.
It's an entire walled It's an entire walled town. There's no walls inside.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? Is there a wall around the town?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to run to where they said the creatures are approaching from
I'm going to go with him.
and build a fire.
Well, I have to go with him because he asked me for my fire.
Well, you don't have to. Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
going to. I can
I'm
set things
retarded.
on
You don't have to follow me.
fire. Yeah, but I can set things on fire.
You can, at range. Which is why I'm going to build a fire and throw Molotov cocktails at them to slow them down. I'm not going to go hand to hand with these things unless I absolutely have to.
Right.
Do we have any way to cover our mouths or facial areas so These things can't try to intrude us.
I'm wearing a
Have to
doctor's
close
mask.
Every orifice. You know how hard that would be? Yeah, I know. I just made you have a visual. But point being.
I am wearing a doctor's mask. It's just basically a tight face mask, but as tight as possible.
Has it been proven it only gets in through the face? Yes.
I would rather
Just
have it
saying.
have less
Any
options.
orifice. Nothing ever said it had to be just the mouth or the ears or nose.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to protect you guys. Bringing up the obvious.
So yeah,
Well-
I get to the edge of town,
Yeah.
She's gonna-
and I will basically turn to you guys. You don't have to stay. I can meet you at the far edge of town, but I'm going to start enough fire to slow them down.
Well, fire's
I'll
what you
start
need,
gathering some
fire's what I can
sticks up
help.
to make a fire.
I won't even gather sticks. I'll reach over and grab a chair off somebody's porch and break the chair up. I'm not even
Yeah.
trying. There's no like, oh, let's gather sticks. No. We're going to do this fast.
I'll grab a piece
That
of
looks
furniture
like
and bring it to you.
Zeph, what are you doing?
I'm looking at right now I'm looking at how far my Smite Evil range is.
Not far enough.
Yep, it is not.
So, do we know if this thing will
Choose
enter the
one
aura
target.
of
No,
good?
within sight. Actually, it's great.
Do we know if these things will enter the aura of good?
Well, we've already seen how it reacts to the paladin, so maybe we just need to stick her out on the shore.
I don't know if the paladin's even going to join us for the defenses, or if the paladin's smart enough to run away.
You're frozen.
I
Hmm?
have an aura of good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but last time his video was frozen. It said nope.
Yeah, there we go. That was quicker this time.
It was a lot quicker this time. Slowly block.
It looks like I still have yeah, I have an aura of good. I was checking to make sure it wasn't gone because of my subtype. But yeah. I have a little aura good.
What was that?
Wow. I don't know why my tone was set to that, but awesome. Infestarian for the win.
So I don't know if that'll help you at all. The aura of good.
Yeah, I mean, I have it. It's not strong right now because I'm just level 2 in Oracle. I mean, excuse me, in Paladin.
Yeah.
I have a level 2 aura of good. But just to remind the GM in case it was reacting to the aura of good. But I have my Smite,
guys
and my
build
Smite
a-
Evil is within sight.
Okay.
So I
guys
just add it to
build
my
a-
attack.
You guys build a bonfire
Yes.
out of booze and furniture.
Yep.
Anything that burns.
And I would have taken tablecloths or something from his bar for wicks for Molotov cocktails.
Okay.
I help
Let's
him.
Alright.
see.
Huh? So, can we see any of these things yet, or no?
Not yet.
Okay. We don't have any idea of how far out they are, do we?
You can ask the bard.
I'll ask the bard.
3 days.
Well, hopefully they're only getting through the gate now.
Which is, do I have enough
Through
time
the
to
hole.
make the hole? So that's a couple hours out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
We
when I
need-
saw that massive skeletons outside the wall. I didn't wait for them to come through. I got over here to tell everyone to bail.
Well done.
I'm hoping
Marcelo?
I gave you all enough time.
Yeah, I think so.
Townsfolk definitely will appreciate that.
Marcelo, we need a backup to get out of here. We should slow them down, yes, but then how do we get out?
Well, basically, probably pour as much booze as we can.
That cart's gonna be the last thing out of town.
What I was thinking is taking crates of booze, and putting them in a row,
Make a
and then having you use firebolts or whatever you can to light them from a distance, or we throw Molotovs to hit that whole crate and
Yeah,
make
the
small
crate's
explosions.
a fiery barrier. That'll burn for quite a while.
Hopefully. If we got a couple hours to prep for this,
Basically, when the cart leaves town, we leave with it, we light it then.
oh, he's probably going to leave way before that.
Well, the barge
All right.
cart will be the last.
I'm
thing
gonna
out of
look.
town.
Okay, well then I'll look for. You guys prep your wall. I'm gonna look for an escape plan.
Okay. So, is there a general goods dealer?
Yes?
Okay. So, I'll buy it if I have to. I don't care. I got gold. But I want to go in and buy all the flasks of oil and all the oil they have.
This point,
Clearance sale! Everything must go!
All right.
Yes!
He says as he literally runs out the door, hops onto his cart with his family, and rides off.
So basically,
Okay.
take what you need to defend.
I get that. I got it. So yeah, I mean, if there's a cart, if there's a wheelbarrow, if there's something around that I can load up a whole bunch of flasks of oil, if he's got a drum of oil that he's making a flask out of, I want to get as much as I can.
Definitely wheelbarrows.
Yes. So I want to gather as much as I can to basically make not necessarily like a barrier. It's not going to be more of a barrier. It's going to be a garden hoe so I can make a trench 1.5 feet wide along the entire path in front of us and then fill it with oil.
Okay.
So I want to make a barrier of fire more than of
That's what I
like
said.
stuff in front of us. Yeah.
That's what I said. A fire barrier. Oops.
He's had enough of your sass. Alright. Well, while he's loading back in, while he's doing his stuff with, Iyla's help, I'm going to be... Is there a farm nearby that has horses?
There's the like oxen cart renters, but that's it. And they are
Yeah, they're going.
rent it out.
Yeah. Okay, let me think. Alright. Is there a body of water that leads further in? A wide river that can get us further closer to the inner wall where everybody's running to, or...
Off the lake is a river. And it's one that goes basically where you guys had the ambush.
Okay. Then I am going to, while they're doing their thing, I will be prepping a boat big enough for all of us, because I'm good with boats.
Okay.
I'll go find one and, like, lash it up, get it ready to go. Hopefully one with a sail and some paddles.
A few hours goes by. The town is mostly cleared out. There are a few people that are kind of busy getting the last few things, kind of surprised at how long they've had. But are gathering the last few things. Some people are even looting because they're not above that. So they're looting what other people left behind.
Not surprising.
Some people might be sticking around just for that purpose. And you've got you see Speed and Slarg and the Bard. They're getting ready to leave.
I'll ask Beat specifically for that if he's got it.
Batshit, help yourself.
Oh, yeah. Two barrels?
He's got basically a large trough with a feeding hose.
Okay, so
Concerned.
I'm going to fill a wheelbarrow, take the wheelbarrow out, make a line, fill the wheelbarrow, make more of a line, fill the wheelbarrow. I'm going to make like 10 trips if I can do this.
Okay.
That's a full half an hour, and I'm going to make sure it's like a good, like, 1.5 foot wide line.
Okay. Beating them or, checking with you, it's like, coming?
Not yet, sir. We'll see you on the other side.
I will have told my group what I've
They
prepared for
mush
us
their
and where
large
it is.
rasps into motion and set off.
Mush.
Goblins hate both dogs and horses. Their
Yep.
options
Yep.
for
He is.
transportation are slim.
They hate horses more than dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, what range spell do you have?
Me?
Yes, the farthest range you have.
Something starts to smell.
So I have 100 plus 10 feet per level.
Starts at 100, then keeps going. Damn it! Come on, Discord.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, basically my flaming sphere.
No, the problem is Discord updates every Wednesday. So Wednesday's the day my Discord updates. So we get to 9:30 every night and it updates.
I need to fix that.
Did you not change the day that it updates?
I have no idea. I just realized what was going on when tonight it said updating.
So probably my flaming sphere is the best.
140 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
With what I have planned, you're going to want to be as far away as possible.
Okay.
So I would probably summit 140 feet, and then on the same turn, you can move it 25 feet. So it's 165 feet.
Okay.
The trees in front of you, the tallest ones that you can see, turn black and then fall in on themselves.
Oh,
Just
we gotta do it
crumbling?
now.
Crumbling is a optimal word.
How
They're
fast
more,
does it seem to be moving? Like, can we outrun it?
you can probably outwalk it,
Okay. Not
but
yet.
you are starting to see a mass amount of trees starting to rot and basically sloop into themselves.
That's
all right.
Unfortunately,
Crumble would be nice. This is more like a liquefaction and inside
that's what I mean,
collapsing in on
visualizing.
themselves.
So I'm just waiting for a signal.
Unfortunately, we're going to want them, like, passing over it when you light this up, so we can
Okay.
do as much damage as possible.
Everyone knows where the quick path to where I left our boat escape. I told everyone like after I was
Yes.
done. Yeah.
Eventually, it starts
got my
getting
bow.
closer and closer, and suddenly the last trees that were hiding it basically rot away.
So
And
how-
it is a massive, absolutely massive blob of rotten material.
So
How big is massive? Like, give us an idea.
Like,
Because a house-
like if you were looking at your average large high school,
Oh, okay. Well, bigger than a bread box.
bigger than a bread box,
fuck.
like a
Oh, God.
mega church,
Shit.
large high school. It is larger than any building any of you have ever seen in character.
Man, I saw the miniatures that you guys brought. This. Ooh.
And it is basically just slow rolling everything in front of it. Everything it touches almost immediately rots
Cube.
and
I'm sorry.
falls.
I had to.
The blob.
Basically, the block.
Do I? Okay.
All right.
Can I roll Dungeoneering? Do I have a feeling that the prep that we did, that this thing's going to roll over, is going to do any kind of significant damage to it? Like, I've
Roll.
got... What's that?
Roll it.
16 plus 8. I've got a 24 dungeoneering.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Natural 20.
Yeah, natural 20 now for a knowledge roll.
Going on what you've seen, the significance of how much damage you did to the smaller ones, this will cause significant damage to it, but not enough to stop it entirely.
No, I wasn't expecting it to stop entirely.
Just
It's going to
wants to
roll
slow
over
it
this
down.
town. I know it is. So how far from the tree line to where the stuff that I prepped is?
About 50 feet in closing.
Okay. Everybody have everything they're going to want out of this town. Because
Yeah.
people are taking whatever they want. So now's the time.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
grab
I went
something.
back to my house was not very far. I went back and packed my full pack instead of just my half pack that I have.
Yeah.
I'm not about to loot the town of people I'm helping.
And just
No, I
the house
understand
that I
that,
already
but-
live at.
But you live here, so that's different.
Yeah. Right? Because you said we had hours to prep, and all
Yeah.
I did was prep the boat. So I went back and got stuff as well for my house. Supplies for food and stuff for these guys and me, as well as, like, anything that'll help boat-wise. Because, again,
Well,
we're boat people.
boat-wise, food-wise. I mean, if anybody's got a crossbow bolts from the arm, from the, just anything that we could possibly use.
yeah, I grabbed supplies and I was loading up the boat while you guys were prepping
Yeah.
your thing. I specifically said I was loading up the boat for our escape.
So my
Zeph-
message to him was,
Zefi, I'm going to have you roll a d20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's why I specifically said I was loading up the boat for our escape and
my
prepping it for our
message to
escape.
him was,
I'm going back to Speed's bar.
Speed has a large amount of black powder from making fireworks, and I've been carting out whole.
Oh, that's gonna go boom.
That's what I've been doing. I said like 10
Perfect.
carts worth. If I can fill up more carts and just leave whole carts there, I will leave whole wheelbarrows full of black powder along the entire trench
Oh, yeah,
that I've
because my
made.
flaming spear will ignite anything it goes to.
It is moving at
By the way, natural 20.
1 square every 2 rounds.
So 5 feet every 2 rounds. Okay.
5 feet every 2 rounds.
Natural 20, PS.
Natural 20. Make a note of 1L on your character sheet somewhere.
1L?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back to Speed's bar.
What the hell's an L?
He's gonna get fucking hammered.
He's drinking whatever's left.
I ain't going through this sober.
Yeah,
I ain't sober, damn it.
He sees me finish packing all, like, the supplies into the boat, then he sneaks in when I walk away, and I'm like, it's done. He's like, and some booze?
Just starts putting
And
a
some
cask on
booze.
the boat.
This bottle I've been eyeing that Speed won't let me buy.
The good shit.
Yeah, exactly. The top shelf shit.
Do I know
top
what
shelf is
1L
still
is?
there.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
You're
My
it's
eating
not
out the
anymore.
top shelf.
It's not
My
anymore.
character doesn't drink, but
I'm a little worried
you
that
know,
that's what it is, Pocket Cow. Do I know what 1L means? Or is that a secret for later?
When you check it, you check it.
When I check it?
What?
Like that's in the boat?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay.
So yeah,
problem.
you're
I'm
grabbing
gonna
things.
get my belongings from the safe.
Safe is gone.
Oh, Speed took the safe.
Yes, he said he took the safe. He took the safe. He took the chest. He took everything.
I heard him say he took the chest. I didn't hear him say he took the safe. Well, I'm glad I came back here anyways because we got the top shelf.
Might as well.
Keep in mind, Ron, you're a rogue. This is your time to shine on taking anything you want.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what
much.
I'm
Alright.
doing. What I'm doing.
I'll have you roll a d20.
Me or him? Okay.
Stariff.
I brought my life savings.
Oh, geez, I got a.
And
13.
supplies.
What am I rolling against?
You're
His number.
rolling against my d20.
I rolled a 13.
Make a note of 1B.
One bottle.
I'm assuming also that I did get supplies and my home stuff from home into the boat and
Yep.
ready to go. Okay. As well as whatever this mysterious L that's hiding in my boat stuff. Okay. Just checking.
You're
Crap, now I'm
frozen.
frozen.
He froze.
So landmine. No.
Now I'm frozen.
Oh, that would not be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try and
So,
reboot that.
Can't play without a GM. Where'd you go?
I can hear him.
Yeah, you can
I
still
can hear him too.
You just can't see him.
Oh, shit, I can't hear. Oh, okay, there we go.
You are 2 dots vying for position.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware. Well, will it do that? There's not much I can do about that. All right. So this mass starts encroaching on your trap.
Okay.
I look at Marcelo there waiting for a signal.
You want within 10 feet of it.
What do you mean?
You want so most black powder has an area effect of like 10
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to tell me that now is when you want to light it.
as soon as it's within 5 feet.
Well, he just said it's encroaching.
Okay.
To me, that makes it sound like it's starting to come onto it.
Okay.
Am I correct?
Yeah, it is entering the squares of your trap.
Okay.
Okay.
So do it now.
And
And
I'm gonna have everyone roll as many d20s as they have.
What do you mean as we have?
Many as you have. Many as you have.
But I've only got one out. Like, I don't get what you mean by that.
Just roll it then.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, not 20 for me, too.
Nice. These must have been Christmas dice because my nat 20 is a Christmas tree.
Nice.
oh, I rolled extraordinarily well.
I'm gonna try and reset Discord here. Second.
I rolled extraordinarily well, by the way.
I mean, 2 of us got nat 20s, so.
Yes.
What are we rolling against?
We don't know yet, but Tal's going to try and reset his Discord.
I'm gonna reset my Discord. Give me 1 second.
Unfortunately, I have a whole bunch of dice out, so I rolled a lot of 20s out. I've got 7 rolls.
Nice.
She's got an entire bag of D20s. I know what she owns. Tal did not think that through.
No.
No, I have my travel bag with me.
If my other bag was in reach, I'd use that, but it was not in my reach, so I don't count that as available.
I have
Yeah,
I have-
mine aren't in reach. Mine are in the corner.
a tiny backpack.
Nice.
How many D20s
That's
does
my
it
dice
have?
bag.
Wow, I can't believe my thing is still not working. Give me a second here. I bet you it disconnected the damn thing.
Yep.
Yay.
Like I said, if
That's
my
right.
bag was within reaching distance, I would count that as
Poison.
available. True facts. True facts. I mean, that's true.
Hush your face.
He's like, I don't want to hear that.
No, because I didn't roll. I have 7 dice and I didn't roll under a 13.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Hush your face.
It's working. Audio, radio.
Yeah.
Why is
Yep.
this working?
Yeah. So I was like, you need to specify. Is it what's we're using or just what's available?
Just rolling.
Yeah.
Just roll.
Metal dice.
Yes. I got the exact same ones, but more teal than blue. I got the exact same set. See?
Yep. And the D4 is a caltrop, and it is
Yes,
sharp.
it is.
Oh my god, sharp.
Yes.
Yep.
It is. Yeah, I got bronze and teal. What I got? I like my metal dice. I have another
I
set
also
of
have
metal.
Loud.
these are.
Oh my goodness.
My blue and black dice here. Marble.
All right, so 16 D20s. Here we go.
Marble doesn't have sides.
That every
it's round.
time.
What's that?
He said
Okay,
a
we're
marble
just pressing
doesn't have
buttons.
sides. It's round. Have I been
All
told
right,
today? Is that
let me
what you're asking?
grab a calculator here.
Oh.
So we got 20 plus 20 plus.
Hold on a second.
Let me know when you're ready for my numbers.
Sure, give me numbers.
Yeah, give me your do his first.
13,
13 plus.
15,
15 plus.
16,
16 plus.
30, 42.
17,
17
He's
plus.
gotten a calculator wrong.
18,
18 plus.
19,
Oh, you
19
got a
plus.
calculator?
and
Yep.
20.
20 plus.
So I basically rolled a 13, then 15 through 20.
Jesus. Nice.
And I'm going to roll a reflex
Let me know when you want
save-
mine.
Just in
Good.
case.
A reflex save to tackle Iris to the ground and protect her. So I take the blast if it's going to be that big.
Okay, ready?
I'm thinking that's where this is
Yep.
going.
20,
Okay.
19,
Okay.
18,
Okay.
17,
Okay.
16,
Okay.
15,
Okay.
14,
Okay.
14,
Okay.
13,
Okay.
13,
Okay.
Oh, she's stuttering.
12,
Okay.
12,
Okay.
11,
Okay.
9,
Okay.
8,
Okay.
3.
Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. One more, actually, because I didn't roll Eyre's actual dice. I left it over here with her stuff. 18.
And your reflex save, sir.
Yeah, that's its radius, isn't it?
17
plus
plus
9,
wisdom?
22.
25 for me.
And I
25.
would also like permission to have an attack roll because I waited for his signal for her and loosed my arrow on it with a smite evil on it as well. It's just gonna be a pittance, but everything counts. Alright, let's see.
The range attack on this creature automatically hits.
Okay, if her attack roll... Well, I'm gonna roll anyway in case of a nat 20, because that would give me bonus.
Okay.
Let's see, evil... Is it an evil? Is it considered evil?
We believe that according to your god, it was considered evil.
Okay. The bonus damage... To damage on the first successful attack, it increases to 2 points of damage per level. Okay, so I'm going to add another 4 points of holy damage to it, plus whatever I roll. Okay, I don't crit, but I certainly hit. Alright. Which is... D... 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Alright.
And some of it holy damage.
So,
4 of it holy damage.
you give this signal. The magic flaming sphere is summoned. The holy arrow is loose. And the gunpowder and high-proof booze explode with a rather loud bang. This stuff had been specially formulated to both create more fire and a more impactful explosion than standard black powder. A grand total of 403 damage was dealt to this creature via your trap.
Nice.
And you all managed to hit the deck, although there is no shrapnel.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah, but there's a
definitely
blast. I mean, there's definitely a blast area. I mean,
There,
it's just,
there is definitely a shockwave. It is.
I mean, I don't
dispersed
hit
over
the
a length.
I don't hit the deck
Be a pretty
because
good
I was
shot,
busy
dude.
shooting,
I'm glad that
so
you
I
could
just
tell
fall on my ass.
myself, because I was too busy going, ooh, pretty. But when you made me, yeah, basically, I was like, oh hell yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
You see a lot of very pungent steam rising into the air as this thing does notably shrink.
okay. I'll pick her up off the ground and start running.
I'm running as well.
We had some time because you're summoning this 140 feet away. If it's only moving,
And then you said move it to 25.
yeah.
All right, my run speed is
Not fast.
mine's fine.
Mine is not fast.
With the excess weight shed,
30.
it is now moving at 5 feet every turn.
That's fine. We're
Okay.
running to the boat that I had prepped.
Okay.
My concern is it's going to move faster in water.
Well,
my
so
only
do I.
concern. We'll figure it out.
You guys run to the boat?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to run to the boat.
Yep.
Okay. You guys get into the boat, push yourself away. I don't know who's paddling, but if you're paddling,
I
need to
have
push
paddles.
Yeah.
I have paddles for all of us in here. We wanted to go fast,
it. Okay.
and I've got a sail.
23 strength check.
To the oars!
I do whatever I need to do sail-wise and stuff to get us going, and then I will.
dropped my paddle.
But I'm at the back, steering.
So drunk you
What are you doing with this? Whoop.
No, I rolled a 1.
Yeah, exactly. You just launched the paddle into the water.
How much
That's
did you
fine.
drink?
Had a speed bar before you got here.
All right, so, but I am also the one steering, since I'm the one with sailing experience.
That's fine. I rolled a 23 to man 2 oars and paddle as fast as
Am I supposed to
possible.
roll something?
You can roll strength to help Cora.
I don't have strength.
Can't believe I rolled a 1.
I don't have strength.
No,
So
I don't
nothing
either.
Marcelo's doing it
That's what
for
I
you.
mean.
What?
So you watch this thing, basically steamroll Speed's poor bar. It doesn't seem to like that very much because Speed's bar is full of flammables. He was a goblin firebomber, and a lot of this stuff was his making.
If I had thought about it, I would have chucked another fireball at the speed bars that ran over it. Fuck.
You got
I mean,
140
it's going-
feet.
Yeah, it's going right
Are we still
now.
close enough?
Yep.
Oh yeah, chuck another fireball.
Okay.
Aim for that large vat right there. I'll point out to where that vat is.
Yep.
All right.
She does
Another
a Michael Jordan motion and pops it right in the vat.
another grand explosion, and this time there's shrapnel because it's inside the building. Speed's bar goes kaboom. This thing again, there's notable steam vapors coming off of it as it recoils, and then it starts moving its way along the shore.
Avoiding the water.
Towards us?
This
Parallel.
direction.
Parallel?
I mean, are we going faster than it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How big is it now?
It's about the size of a like couple duplexes,
Oh, okay.
or a
So infinitely
small,
smaller.
or a
Small floor
small apartment building.
So about an acre?
Yep.
And it was, what,
I was
10
gonna
acres
suggest
before?
roll.
Yeah.
Does significant damage to it.
Those are in the grand stadium style of sizing.
We've actually heard it pretty good, or at least reduced it in size pretty good.
But you do notice as it rolls over mass and absorbs, it is getting larger
Very
from
good.
it.
So it's absorbing all the stuff that it's rolling over.
Yeah.
It rots it and then absorbs it.
Yep.
You got to keep it from moving.
You have to get to a point where there's nothing it can rot.
Are we moving along the shore?
You're in charge mostly of the movement, so
Well, I'm rowing, but I don't know if she's steering the boat, if there's like
Oh yeah,
an
I'm steering the
actual
boat.
like rudder.
Yeah.
yeah, she mentioned there's a rudder.
Okay. Are we moving along the shore or out into the middle of the lake?
No, we're in the middle of the lake until we get to the river where it's close in.
Okay. Can you steer us back towards shore a little ways?
I can.
Can I?
Why would you
spot-
want that?
Can I spot where, from where I am, any bottles of alcohol on this barge?
Stariff, how well did you hide the booze?
I didn't hide it that well, I guess, because I thought I had, but
Well, so my thought is, if this thing's devouring everything in its path, why not set its path on fire? If it's got buildings in front of it, set the buildings on fire so it's going to take damage on everything in its path.
I'm
Well,
going to
I
pick
mean-
up
Well, we-
two of the bottles.
we do
and put
have
them in
a
my
fire
pack and say
mage.
the rest is
Gonna
yours.
say, my spear moves, sets everything it goes through on fire. So if I set it right in front of it and move the spear 140 feet towards us, everything it goes through catches fire.
Well, it moves 25 feet per round.
Yeah.
So
It's still going to move
if,
faster than it.
okay, but you need to see its path. You have to be able to guide it, so it has to be line of sight for you. If we're already
Depends
in the
on
middle
how
of the
fast
lake,
we're moving. Yeah.
if we're already in the middle of the lake, we're outside of the range of what you can control.
Well, I mean, as I said, I was steering it closer once you told me to. So we've got that.
Yeah. As long
Well,
as
I
we're not
mean,
going too terribly fast, I can just
it's
the sphere can just follow us.
you know it's entirely up to Kari. If he wants to have you maintain control of the sphere, you can roll it right over the porch of each one of these places.
Yeah.
And set the porch on fire and let the buildings burn before it even gets to it.
What I would like to attempt to do.
If this is a lake
roll a arcane.
If this is a lake town, some of the houses might be on stilts, so you can roll it right underneath the houses and set the house on fire.
Yeah. And what do you mean by roll arcane? Like
or
knowledge arcane?
Trying to think about. There's no like just magic ability stat.
There's
There's
spellcraft.
spellcraft.
Okay, roll spellcraft.
That would be a d20 plus the modifier, right?
Yep.
Plus the spellcraft, total.
Ooh. 19 plus 10, 29.
Whew.
You are able to keep control of it.
Good roll.
Almost on that 20. Nice.
All right, so you start lighting buildings on fire with your flaming spear. And after a while, you realize it's refraining from going near those buildings.
But on that way, that means it has to detour, which is slowing it down,
It is
correct?
detouring.
That's all we need right now.
Well, unfortunately, we are setting the entire town on fire
It's destroying it either way.
one way or another, the town's getting
Our
destroyed.
Yeah,
nose
pretty much.
right our face.
Again, we're trying to slow it down. That's all we've been trying to do.
Technically, if you've got control of it, you can roll it right into the body of the creature and
True.
just keep it moving alongside the creature. It's going to take 3d6 fire every round until it goes out.
That's true. That's true.
But we are also outpacing it, so at some point we're gonna leave it behind.
Yeah.
We could stop
So just-
paddling.
Well, we want to leave it behind. We want to get out of here. We have no ability
The
to
point was
defeat this
never
thing.
to destroy it. It was trying to slow it down.
Yeah, which we've done. Well, no, we haven't. Well, we've really kind of just made it go faster because it's now smaller. But we've reduced its size greatly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I concentrate on just having us get out of here quickly.
That's fine. I'm rowing. I'm
Yeah.
not stopping rowing, so I'm still having us
While
move
we're in
along.
range, I do whatever I can to slow it down. Once we're out of range, nothing.
Starts to leave
I'm
range.
wondering about losing all the top shelf except for a couple bottles.
He didn't
Well,
do that.
You didn't have
didn't
to
do
because
that.
I did
Yeah.
this.
We didn't do that.
Nope,
Oh,
because
oh,
I
oh.
managed to.
Otherwise, I would need to have you roll to see if he accidentally gets rid of that one bee.
Oof.
Saved your bottle arm. Unknowingly.
You can get your drink on.
You eventually see it start to leave.
Leave town altogether.
Yep, it's just heading in a general southeast.
The
But we
problem is the more woods and more wildlife it consumes, the bigger it's going to be again.
There's only so much we can do.
I understand.
Hopefully we bought enough time for the cavalry to get to it, basically.
For the people to get out of town and for more backup to help combat it.
You have another one of those sheets of communication?
They only gave me one.
Mother.
Yup.
Well, we'll keep taking this river as far as we can. It's faster than walking, so hopefully we can get to the Archmage before he heads down.
We'll do the best we can.
We did what we set out to do, and that was to bide some time so the villagers could get out with as much time as possible.
I'd almost like to track it, so we know where it's going. But
Well, I mean, we'll know where it's going. It's going to leave a path of destruction.
true.
It's just going to slurp every tree as it goes. We're going to know where it's going.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to worry about that.
Okay. So, row your boat.
Not gently down the stream. Very hectically
Nope.
down the stream.
I'm plowing water.
All right. So, a few hours later, you guys make it to where the river crosses underneath the road.
Okay.
You see the tail end of basically people are walking. Overhead, they're crossing.
So the tail end of it. So, Beat, was he like the last one out, or
But he wasn't walking.
He wasn't walking.
He was in a cart.
Oh.
He's probably long gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Well,
I'll call
We can-
ashore since we're still on the river and ask how everyone's faring.
So far, so good. We're making our way to the gate as we were told to.
We were able to slow it down and considerably reduce its size, but it turns southeast. So when you get to the gate, let them know.
What is it?
Darkness.
corruption from beyond the
Pure
wall.
Evil darkness.
A big ass blob of death. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
Yeah, we're going to keep going then.
Keep walking.
The barrier has
think-
failed.
Oh, you don't want to say that.
Oh, I'm
At
saying.
this point, everyone's figured
It's
that
too
out.
late now.
Everyone's figured that out.
Are you guys
I think
coming
we
to the
should-
gate too then?
Which way does this river go, GM?
Southeast.
It goes the way we don't want it. It looks like we're not-
Okay, it goes more east southeast.
Right, but I guess it doesn't head towards the town we want to go to, right?
It eventually makes its way to a random point in the next wall.
So no, this does not go to the.
Yeah, but we're gonna. I don't want to leave all of our supplies. This is all we have left.
We could stay in the river, can't we?
It doesn't go where we need it to go. That's
Oh.
where this is coming up from.
Well, we could stash the supplies.
I know a good hut.
Well, it used to be
no.
a good hut.
No, I don't think it was a good hut.
Wasn't a good hut.
No. It'll all get destroyed from the bird.
What are you thinking?
No way to somehow just make wheels and we all try it.
Well, I don't have any construction means. I mean, we can
Yeah, I don't.
repurpose the boat into a large cart, but we don't have any wheels.
No.
I don't know what to do. I say we stash the supplies that we can't carry and head off to where we got to go.
Well, we know the creature turns southeast, so there's a good chance that this river may cross its path. I know that's not something everybody wants to hear, but continuing downriver may not necessarily be the best idea.
All right.
Nobody knows what to do.
We can't hear you, sir.
I've already suggested. That's my suggestion. But
No, I understand.
All right,
just
I
stash the
guess.
supplies and head to where we've got to go. If we've got to get to that other town, let's just go.
All right, let's find a place to stash them.
So, what's to say we have to get to that other town?
I feel like the Archmage is the only one we can warn that could get this information to the right people.
But you're going to have an entire town of refugees swarming into there saying that this creature has already attacked them. So, I mean...
Saying that something has attacked them. Not one of them saw what it was, although I'm sure the Archmage can put two together, given what we already warned them.
True.
He
Plus,
might
that
know
guard
what it is.
took off pretty fast when he found the dead lizard and heard about the sacrifice disappearing. The guard did take off pretty fast. It sounds like he knew a little bit more than his buddies. May have pre-warned. If we're lucky.
You mean the knight?
Yeah, if we're lucky, he pre-warned somebody.
He was heading to tell the king.
So are we still close to the road as we're going by?
Unless you kept on rowing.
Well, I mean, we would have stopped.
Well, we shored up. Yeah, we shored up.
To figure out what we're
Okay,
doing.
so
I
yeah,
shored up.
you guys are right there at the road.
Have any of you seen a group of soldiers and a knight?
Yeah. We passed about 15 minutes ago.
They're coming up.
Past them so they're not moving, or you're moving
They're
faster
wearing
than
heavy armor.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
They're moving, but not as fast as everybody else. They're running
Well,
at dwarf speed.
pretty much?
Instead of warp speed, it's dwarf speed.
Okay, halfling.
Already far apart.
So I mean, should we hold up here if they're only 15 minutes behind? And
Well, it's going to take
Yeah,
us
them
at least 15
afterward?
minutes to unload some things.
Well, we still got to unload and stash
That's
our
what I
stuff
mean.
away, so I'm assuming they'll show up before we're done.
Let's look for a
Well-
place to stash stuff, but don't do it yet, because we may be better off sticking to the river.
yeah,
Depending
I don't
on
want
what they say.
Too close to the road. I'd rather go down river a little ways, away from the regular path.
Yeah. All right.
So, at this point, if we've got 15 minutes or so, I'm going to look over and start taking like a mental inventory of everything we've got.
You got a bunch of food, a bunch of other survival materials. You got Speed's entire top shelf. You got
Do
various
we have a lot
other
of food?
implements.
Do we have a
I
lot of
grabbed-
food?
I wouldn't say
I mean,
a
I-
lot, but you got a decent amount.
I mean, I basically grabbed everything I could from my house in the, hours you guys took to prep, so...
Yeah, I know. And you were looting.
Yeah.
You guys have like a family of two's week's worth of meals.
Okay.
Lots of dried
About
fish,
Couple days
A
worth of food.
lots of meat, because we're orc
Yes.
culture.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if any of the families on the road needed any food, so I was gonna say if we had a surplus of dried meat and stuff like that we could hand out as a little bit of generosity. But
Especially
if we don't,
families
We
with
don't have
children or
enough for
something.
us.
I'm definitely not going to sell ourselves short. But I mean, we're not going to be able to put a whole bunch of food away in a hiding
Exactly.
spot or wherever. We're going to have to take the food with us no matter what. So if there's 3 barrels of food there, we can carry one between
Yeah,
the 4 of
yeah.
us. You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
sense.
It's not.
Nope, I see where you're going with that. But a week's worth of food that isn't actually that much.
No, not necessarily. But it's
Although,
not-
to be
we're not
fair,
gonna put
one
food
of
in
those
a
two
stash.
people, one of them is... To be fair, one of those two
Yeah,
people is a
one
half
of those
orc.
2 people was an orc.
Yeah, true.
Half orc, but yeah.
Half orc.
Okay.
So I'll say for generosity's sake, you have you have a week's worth of food for 3 people.
Extra?
No, that's what we have.
That's what you have on the cart, on top of
Oh, okay.
whatever you might have had in your backpacks alone.
Gotcha. That's really not a lot.
No.
Guys,
Yeah, get it.
I
Your
run
microphone's
towards.
really bad at cutting out like that.
I run towards the. Well, it doesn't do it on stream, so it's something to do with Discord.
Not surprising.
I run back up to the people that were walking by and have walked by. Did you guys see if the half-orc Thuska made it out?
Didn't see a half orc.
Alright. Thank you kindly.
A little while later, you can hear the heavy footsteps of the guards.
Okay. Well, I'll disembark and meet him on the road.
Oh, it's you.
We get around.
Finally.
So
Is that a boat?
it is, yes. That's
Oh. Captain, they've got a boat. Do you mind if we accompany you?
Well, as far as we know, the river goes south or east southeast, but I mean we're going to run into the wall eventually. So there isn't really
Yes.
much along the river.
No. Trust me. Well, the boat's fine.
Can I do sense motive?
Sure.
Good timing, because I was just gonna blurt out, away through the wall with the boat.
It gets to
11
a wall
plus
town.
19.
The river town
15.
on the.
Maybe.
No, it
15.
does.
They want
I
to
know
do
that
that wall
already.
as quickly as possible, and they believe that this boat will be able to do it.
So they
Alright.
just want to get to the wall. They're not necessarily. Okay. Is there any protection on the inner walls? I mean, is there a layer of protection for each wall?
Yep.
Got it.
10 sacrifices every 10 years.
Do we have enough room on the boat to take the additional people?
With their armor and the weight.
Everyone roll a d20.
14.
14.
15.
4.
4.
Jesus.
Okay, well, 3 you got close enough. So yes, there is enough room on this boat for them.
It'll be a
We
bit
can
crowded, but
Hmm?
it'll be a bit crowded, but we can certainly accommodate.
Got the halfling to the mast.
I'm gonna
After you
want
do with
each.
drunken sailor.
No, all I know is Titanic in my head.
I'm gonna need each y'all's in heavy armor to be spread out. One at the beginning, one in the middle, one in the end.
And someone else is helping me row. Not the halfling.
They agree and they start heading down the ramparts to the boat, or they start heading down the shore to the boat.
Keep in mind, the last time we saw the darkness creature, it was heading southeast, so this river may cross in front of its path.
I think it was turning more south than this, luckily. Because the river comes back up,
Yeah.
eastways.
I'm just saying there's a possibility that this river may cross its path.
They talk amongst each other for a moment. They're actually using high speech. Anyone speak high speech?
I didn't know high speech was an option. What is high speech? Like Thessalonian?
Like high elf? Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, like high elf.
Oh,
That's Sylvan, isn't it?
that's Sylvan.
I speak Sylvan.
Oh, I
I
also
do.
speak Sylvan.
Okay.
How about that?
They are talking about how long it takes, how long this river is to the wall, and how fast they think they can go. The scribe believes that you guys can make it there in about 8 to 10 hours.
So based on the speed it was going, then if it gets bigger, it's gonna slow down.
Yeah.
Can we figure out roughly how long it would take the blob to get there?
In 10 hours, it'll make it maybe across the next farmer's field.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so we'll
slow.
definitely make it before it. As long as
The
we
good
don't
thing
cross
about
the
it
path.
crossing a field, good thing about crossing a field is not a lot for it to absorb.
Yeah.
It's crossing a forest, it's going to absorb all the trees and all the life out of the trees. But if it's just crossing a field, it's not absorbing half as much, or a third as much life. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to make better time than it anyways, only because we're going to have more people rowing.
Yep. So
Alright.
they scamper down the shore and they're getting ready to get into the boat.
Okay.
I take lead of putting people where I want them based on my knowledge of boats and water passing.
Okay.
Give the tough people the oars that we have left.
Okay, they'll take the oars.
And then I will expertly path it.
Be right back, guys.
Now, is the boat like wide enough that I'm only using one oar on one side, or do I have enough like reach, or do I have enough to do both oars at the same time?
You
No,
do have
it's
it.
wider than
You
that.
do have enough reach to
Oh.
get both the oars because it's a long boat, and the oars are also pretty long, so they will meet in the middle if you really force them to.
Okay, so I've got a 24 for strength right now.
Okay.
Well, a 20. I rolled a 19 plus 5, so 24 for strength check.
All
And
right.
I'm at the back driving the boat forward, so
Yep.
anything that they do is going to just add for a little bit more speed and a little bit more agility in the water.
Yep.
Eyre is steering and instructing as needed, but also kind of distractedly looking kind of towards the road for as long as she can. And then once it's out of sight, she will just... She doesn't speak unless it's to give instruction that is needed.
Okay. The two knights are listening to everything you say, and they're very keen on just getting to the wall.
Gentlemen, I have a question for you. As like I'm rowing, like, gentlemen, question for you.
Yes.
There was a half orc, female half orc that might have passed you on the road, wielding whatever weapon her mother had. Did you happen to see her?
They talk back and forth.
I mean, I know what she was wearing, so I mean, this was only a few hours ago, so I'll describe what she was wearing. They probably met her in her house, so
Well, she...
Yes, I remember her. She. Where did I see?
She was helping people get out the gate.
Went with the barkeep and the big fella.
so she's with Speed.
I believe so.
Very well. I'll pull for all I'm worth.
Yep.
I'll kind of give a look back to. I'm sorry, I forgot the character's name.
Eyre.
Eyre. So I'll give a look back to Eyre and give her a slight nod. So I know it was weighing on her mind, and I know she was looking at the shore for her. So
You begin to see the wall over top of the tree line. In another hour, you start seeing where the river crosses through.
Do we at any time see evidence of the darkness monster?
No.
I hope everyone made it out.
everyone that was important.
Might have been a couple looters left behind.
As the boat approaches the wall, the lieutenant will start to motion to the other guy to switch them places. They will kind of walk down the center, cross briefly, try to make it across, and he'll make his way to the very tip of the boat.
Crouch, gentlemen.
Sorry, you cut out?
Walk crouched, gentlemen.
They do.
Don't stand up. It's like y'all's never been on a boat before.
They probably haven't.
He will.
I guess they haven't.
He will finagle with something. He'll produce what looks like a key. He'll ask you to row backwards to halt the boat.
Yeah, I'll bury the oars in the water and slow our momentum. And
he grabs hold of the gate, starts finagling with the key. Eventually, you hear a loud click, and the gate starts rolling up, and you can hear it. Chick, 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 as it's basically timing. Through the gate, quickly!
full oar, just as much as I can bury the oar in the water.
Yep, and I keep it steady, straight in the river.
Okay.
So we don't crash up against any of the walling or anything.
You get about
our boat clears the bottom of the wall.
You get about 3 feet past the wall, and you see the gate close.
I'm gonna slouch my shoulders because I've been pulling for everything I've been worth for a couple hours now, so I'm tired.
I'll reach out my hand and put it on your shoulder, because you're right, the first row of front of me.
You're at the very stern, so yeah.
As you come out on the other side of the wall, you see basically the small river village, minding their own day like nothing's happening.
We're gonna need somewhere to rest.
The scribe looks at the lieutenant with like a please look on his face. And the lieutenant shakes his head, and the scribe reluctantly shrugs and starts kind of pushing the boat towards shore.
So are we stopping here?
We've got to get off. This is where we head in.
Do we know if the barrier is intact along this wall?
You have never known.
I'm asking the lieutenant, or I'm asking the captain, or whoever's here. Do you know if the barrier is still intact on this wall?
The lieutenant will look at the scribe and give him a look. The scribe will nod, and he'll walk over to the wall.
I also walk over to the wall.
he will place both hands on the wall, close his eyes. The ward is strong on this wall.
I can feel it.
So the sacrifice worked a year ago here.
Looks like we only lost the outer one.
Well, unfortunately, that was a significant amount of water for most of the area.
That's what the scribe looks. He looks and he's realized it too. Look on his face.
That'll explain why Speed said that his water would be more valuable than his booze.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of our... Well, this second inner ring is mostly agriculture. But the outer ring was water transport, obviously fishing, and a decent amount of agriculture itself.
So
But
I'll look and he'll say,
our main fresh water supply came from the outer ring.
he'll nod. He'll say, if the main outer lakes get corrupted and no longer drinkable, it will diminish the overall fresh water for the entire kingdom by about 35%.
At least. Plus, it's possible it'll affect the rivers as well. The corruption itself won't come past the walls, but the water cycle will be affected. Less fish life, less algae, less...
everything.
It not having a lake to feed into will affect the rivers. They will grow weaker. There'll be less water in them. There'll be less fish in them. There'll be less algae in them, keeping them clean.
Yeah, it disrupts the entire ecosystem.
He doesn't want to hear about the ecosystem.
Discord.
This is why I need to try and get the other thing working this week.
Yeah.
A Phasmo for hours, and it
Yep.
doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
4 times on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
All right.
The guards will say that, they have to go alert the king. They need to make sure that everyone knows what's happened.
And you need to stop by the High Wizards Council and let them know. They were supposed to send a wizard out that you were investigating that never made it. So the darknesses take advantage of a happenstance activity. Does this village have access to the wall?
This village is on the wall.
It's on the wall or up against it?
It's right against the wall.
Okay. Well, I'm asking is do they have access to the top of the wall? Because I'm going to tell the people in the village.
Yes. There is
Sentry of some sort.
a sentry stairwell.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell them that the outer wall has been breached by some type of darkness that's moving. You're going to need to have someone posted on the top of this wall watching. It looks like the form of a large inky blackness. It devours everything in its path. The moment you see it, you need to get out of this town.
They are skeptical, but when the lieutenant kind of nods and it reiterates that it's true, they will go run to the mayor. Stariff's just asleep over there.
He is, actually.
He is.
When the hell did that happen?
Fucker fell asleep.
Passed out.
Yep.
In like a second. Huh.
Well, I guess that's a good time to wrap up for the night.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You guys are inside the 9th wall.
Fucking guy fell asleep.
Pretty impressed you can sleep that fast.
Oh, I can too.
Oh,
but
but when I'm exhausted,
The-
I'm out. There you
Not
go.
me.
The
I
thing
am. I
is
could be
that, like,
physically exhausted.
for some reason he's only able to sleep like a couple hours a night. So
Yep.
His body
That's me.
needs it.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it takes me
Here's
forever
me,
to
I
fall
never
asleep.
get enough sleep.
Just gotta go over there and make sure he's alive.
I see him
Yeah,
breathing.
his shirt's moving.
There we go.
I see him breathing.
Run,
It's all right. Let him sleep.
run.
Yeah, but then he'll just
It's
be
hilarious.
continuously on cameras.
Alright,
Well, I'm gonna
so-
turn it off.
Well,
I
not
can
on
patch
stream,
his-
but even his camera on Discord.
Put his
still can.
stream on the internet so people can watch him sleep.
Just leave it on full screen.
If he falls off his chair.
Just
Oh, that's
good
just
night.
mean.
He's got a big fucking dollop of drool coming down.
All right. Okay, we'll have to remember that we were just about to. Okay. Yep.
All right,
I haven't
I'm
used
gonna
any of
give
my spell slots.
everybody 1,500 experience points for today. Where you had many opportunities in which you would have died, but you did not. So congratulations. There were only
Really?
2 ways through this wall, and you took one of them.
Oh, wow.
We clevered.
Another way you would have
1,500?
found that Speet and Slug were your only way across. The orc was not letting the gate open for anybody until they show up.
Don't tell us. It's out of character knowledge.
Meh. No, we got it right. We
You're
got it.
going to find out with pretty much those exact words later, or you won't find out at all.
All right. I'm at 4K out of 11.
You keep track of your L's
My-
and B's. Because I think there's about 3 L's kicking around and 1 B.
I have. It says 2 loot.
I got none.
I have 1.
So 3 L's and 1 B.
So there's 3 loots in 1 bottle.
I would assume the horn was one of the loots for me.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope, you
No,
had that
he's-
with you the whole time.
He said that was from your dad.
Snuck that into your inventory.
I don't even know how to.
We'll figure it out.
Hmm?
I need
I
to
don't
talk to
even
you
know
as
how to-
well about some background stuff. Because did you say we were getting a little bit of bonus stuff for our background?
Yeah, well, I can work it in.
He's nodding. He's halfway.
He's awake.
Alright. No, we'll call
That's nothing
the
for a moment.
stream.
Yeah, you completely passed out there for a moment, Justin.
Well, I've been listening. Just
No, you haven't.
You
You
were,
almost
you were
snored.
out cold
Bothered
for
me
at
so
least
bad.
5 minutes.
my eyes been bothering me so bad all night. I've been imitating Cyclops.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his husband too, but for like years.
Yeah.
Actually, I got my new one in.
1,500 XP.
We're going
there.
to.
Oh yeah, right now.
Yeah. It's black.
Oh, that's the black
bitchin'.
one. Oh, that's the cool one.
Neat.
Nice. Justin.
I got
did you
another one
hear
that I haven't.
Cal, though?
What?
1,500 XP.
Yeah, 1,500
Justin.
experience.
Alright.
That's what we
I'm
got
gonna
for today.
end the stream, guys, because I am gonna talk to my GM a bit longer. But thank you very much for hanging out. And my goal is to get all of the episodes up on a separate channel for our actual play group here.
Okay.
This week. So all of the episodes that have happened so far should be up this week with a separate channel for them.
Sweet.
The Dragon Wing channel.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night, all.
Nighto.
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't have to.